Do mopping robots actually work? There are many positive reviews on the Ecovacs T10 PLUS, but does it do a good job of mopping? Let's get into it. The Ecovacs T10 PLUS is very easy to set up with clear instructions on their website. The mobile app is intuitive, and I was able to get started easily and quickly. Its mapping and navigation system, which they call True Mapping 2.0, was impressive and accurate. It took only a few minutes to learn a fairly complex floor plan and would make small refinements as it moved around. Using the app to restrict rooms from mopping or vacuuming is intuitive. I ran the vacuum on approximately 1,200 square feet of floor. It cleaned the hardwood, effectively removing all of my dog's hair. A major drawback of typical robot vacuums like my Roomba i4 is that they can constantly get stuck when transitioning onto thicker carpets or trying to navigate around the legs of furniture. The Ecovacs, on the other hand, easily transitions onto thicker carpets, and when on carpet, it automatically increases its suction power for a deeper clean, which is a really nice feature. The Ecovacs obstacle avoidance system worked perfectly, not getting stuck a single time during the entire cleaning cycle. With other robot vacuums like the i4, they typically have to recharge after several rooms. With the Ecovacs T10 PLUS, however, it still had well over 60% of its battery after vacuuming all rooms. The Ecovacs T10 PLUS has many bells and whistles like a remote camera, voice activation, and an air freshener, but what really matters to me is whether or not it's a good mop. With the Ecovacs T10 PLUS mopping system, all that's needed is for you to fill this reservoir with water. Either purified or softened water is recommended. It comes pre-installed with a washable mopping pad with the option to use disposable ones. The Ecovacs isn't able to reach the edges, leaving 2 to 3 inches of unmopped floor. Considering how much dirt accumulates at the edges of a home, this is a pretty big drawback. The mopping system works by agitating back and forth like this. It leaves a very thin film of water behind as it mops. It also operates the vacuum simultaneously and vacuums before the mopping pad is applied, which is really nice. I'm embarrassed to say that my floor hasn't been mopped in about a month or so. It isn't overly dirty, but you can see a film of dirt and paw prints. What's surprising to me is that this one pad is used for the entire mopping cycle. When I mop the floor manually, I use a much larger mop head, and I wash and rinse that mop head every 20 square feet or so. This Ecovacs is going to mop my entire floor without once washing and rinsing. So needless to say, I'm a bit skeptical. After mopping, overall the floor appeared to be clean, and it also felt clean on the bottoms of my feet. Here's how the pad looks after mopping the entire 1,200 square foot floor. Now for the test. I used this brand new Veleda mop head and added a few drops of Dawn soap to warm water. I mopped the exact area that the Ecovacs did, including the edges that it missed. So how dirty was the water? Well, as you can see, it's pretty filthy. This is about how dirty it gets when I normally mop the floor myself. So I'm really questioning how much this Ecovacs T10 PLUS actually cleaned my floor. So is the Ecovacs T10 PLUS worth buying? Let's summarize the comparison. The Ecovacs T10 PLUS is well over double the price of a typical robot vacuum like the i4. For ease of setup, I scored the Ecovacs a 10 out of 10. The Ecovacs is slightly quieter than the Roomba and scores an 8 out of 10. The suction power of both units is very good. I gave them both a 10 out of 10. The Ecovacs does a much better job of increasing suction on carpet, whereas I didn't notice any increased suction on the Roomba. The Ecovacs has 2 side brushes versus the Roomba has 1. The Ecovacs does a much better job of transitioning from hardwood to thick carpet and obstacle avoidance. I scored it a 10 in both categories. Battery life is extremely good on the Ecovacs versus typical robot vacuums. In regards to the T10's mopping system, unfortunately it's not very effective. I feel I'm still required to manually mop the floor and can't rely entirely on the Ecovacs, so I gave it a score of 4 out of 10. Overall, the Ecovacs T10 PLUS is a great unit. It scores high in many categories. Unfortunately for me, the mopping system is the reason I bought it, and it's been a disappointment. I hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe. Have a good day.